So that wall actually was slated already for an artist, a community artist mural that was gonna have already other components as a part of it. So the background, so this is important, more background. I told you I'm a storyteller. So my kids, poor babies, all my stories. But that project was called Transforming Tragedy, A Gateway to Hope. And each of the 10 or so artists were challenged to create a piece that's in a diamond that honors a victim of police brutality while also pointing to a future of transformation where we don't have to do stuff in murals like this ever again. And so that was the challenge. And when I posed the challenge to about 15 artists at an event, they looked at me like, what? And I was like, that's the challenge. You up for it or not? So a few of them said yes. And I already knew that my job as curator was going to be, how do I put all of these different pieces together, kind of how I do with culture portraits, how do I put them together for it to make sense and tell a story? So when Reginald approached me about the project, and then he came to Philly and visited and saw the ArtHaus wall, which, if you don't know, the Germantown ArtHaus is literally feet from the Johnson House, which was a stop on the Underground Railroad. And it's feet from the block that the Juneteenth Festival is held on every year. And the wall just happens to face both of those things and is illuminated by the gas station next door. I mean, it's just like you couldn't have set it up better. Except the project was 200 square feet and the wall is 1,100 square feet.
Yes.
So, another challenge. So it was, okay, so how do I marry the absolute equality concept with the transforming tragedy? Because I've got 10, 12 artists already in process, and they're like, wait a minute, I'm working on this, where's this going? So how do I put all that together in a way that empowers the community? And the answer is that I don't know. The answer, the truthful, honest answer is I don't know how we came to this particular design. It's dope. But we did. I was driving down Chew Avenue on my way home, and it was like, that's how it's going to be. We're going to have vines that come up from the side yard, so it looks like it's a part of the actual environment. And then it was like, wait, we can't. I'm not doing a mural that traumatizes my community. Okay, so I'm not just going to start this story in enslavement. I'm not going to glorify broken black bodies. I'm not going to, is it all right if I say the word hard on? Because I'm going to just say it. So I just feel like for some reason, like the culture has a weird hard on for broken black bodies and brown bodies and the pain. And they have this like want for it, And I didn't want to give them that. That's not what this particular project was about. And so I chose to start prior to colonization of Africa, before anybody else came there and did anything. What was going on there? And really celebrating that. So the project is overall, between now and next year, 5 levels of coming up from the earth, from the motherland, in West Africa and in Africa. And there's iconography that really harkens to both the really eccentric and amazing and like inspirational pieces that came out of that, like the Dogon tribe knowing about Sirius before anybody did, and they didn't know what was what up there, and the astronomy of the Senegalese, and so all of that is in that first level. But also like everyday moments, a sister doing another sister's hair, some kids getting water from the river, people washing stuff in the river next to the little bird. I mean, just that next to kings and huge gold coins and gold beads and cowrie shells and just all the kente cloth on the floor as sand, So really wanting to celebrate what was there before enslavement, before there was a stripping away of those people from their homes and from their lands. And then so the second level is that in between, is the transatlantic slave trade. And again, refusing to celebrate and highlight broken bodies it was important to me to find icons and imagery that really said it in a way where it was implied, but it wasn't like glorified, you know, like Kill Bill. It wasn't like blood squirting everywhere, you know. And so that level was interesting for me, and there were some particular choices that were made on that level. One being, all of the Caucasian individuals are either grayscale or monochrome. So they're pushed back a bit. So the enslaver who's standing in front of the chained men that are there, he's in black and white. He's not getting a whole lot of play, right? Abraham Lincoln in the next level is also monochromatic, just blues. So really wanting to highlight the experience of the African diaspora throughout the entire piece. And then on the next level is the Juneteenth level. And in that particular case, as I was looking through the, Juneteenth, you see the black fist, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Black power. But I really wanted to capture the moment the enslaved people realized they were free. And they're literally like physical walking out of slavery. And so the idea of that level is, yes, it's Juneteenth and we celebrate it once a year, but I wanted the imagery to empower the community every single day. Like you literally see like a woman with an older man and a mulatto girl and this other guy in the back, and they're holding hands and they're literally like walking out, and they're like in this golden glow. And you can't miss it, because in the background, in a sepia kind of old school photographs tone, are images of enslaved picking cotton. So they're literally like leaving that behind and coming forward. So the inspiration is always to make it beautiful, right? Always making things visually beautiful, but also challenging inherent biases and beliefs visually, right? So just because things are beautiful don't mean that they're not hard to take in or even make you sad, right? They can still be beautiful and make you sad, and give you an emotional response to it. And so that's our goal. So the last two levels will be installed next year, which will be the struggle for absolute equality, where our community artists are putting their pieces in. And then the final level is, I don't know yet what it is. Y'all remember, I got my process. But it's literally a visual of that future realized. Like, what does it actually look like? Oh, I got goosebumps. Did you? Oh, child, come on.
Finish it with you, right? Ooh.
I don't know what it looks like, and that's the challenge for me. So that's the inspiration for it.
Amazing.